Hey, good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas. Yes, it's actually Christmas Day, and yes, I'm in the shop. I have a lot of my own stuff I need to do, and since I had those health issues back in September, October, beginning of November, I got way behind on the stuff that I needed to do for myself. So, what better time than a day when the shop is closed and nobody's around for me to do my own stuff? So, again, Merry Christmas, everyone. Don't feel bad for me that I'm in the shop. I literally, like I said, I enjoy this stuff. This is my life. My wife Meg, she's on the phone with the grandkids and stuff. They don't live close enough for us to go visit, so that's another reason. Like, we don't have family or anything that's really close that we can go visit today. So it just makes more sense for me to do this while she's at home and she's on the phone with the grandkids and whatnot. But anyway, so what am I working on today? Here's my F-150 that was given to me by a customer, and this is the one that has blown out the spark plug in the rear. It is actually cylinder number 4 all the way back there. It blew the spark plug out, and more than likely it took the threads and everything else out with it. I'm almost confident of it. Now, I had done cylinder 1 about a month prior to this happening, and I told him, I said, it's a possibility it could do others at the same time, you know, or like right after one another. So he was aware of it, and once this one happened, he's like, you know what? You can have the truck. So I'm fine with that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pull the cab off, because for me to get underneath there, go in there with a bore scope to do either side, it's a pain. I'd rather go for easy than do something that's a pain. Now, when I went to go pull this thing in, because it does run, at least it did, it started and shut off. I couldn't get it restarted. Okay, I pushed it into the shop. I got no fuel pressure. All right. So I jumped the fuel pump directly to the battery, you know, through the fuse box. I basically ran it directly, and I had a lot of resistance there. And then the wire was getting warm, not hot, it was getting warm. All right, so it's trying to turn the pump on. The pump was seized. I don't know if it's just from sitting, because it sat for 4 months since I worked on it last. I mean, the truck supposedly has 400,000 miles on it, but it did run very well. So anyway, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, once the cab is off, I can actually get to the fuel pump, because that part of the fuel tank is not underneath the cab, underneath the bed, it's underneath the cab. I think. I'm not 100%. So, but anyway, what I'm going to work on now is I'm going to pull the cab off of this. I hate leaning over stuff to work. Yeah, I could do it. I'd rather pull the cab off. Just make my life that much easier. And it doesn't take much to pull the cab off. Probably take 2-3 hours. I'll have the cab off. I'll lift it up with the lift and whatnot. And yeah, at home, if you're doing this in your driveway, you're not going to pull the cab off. You can if you get creative, but it ain't happening. So let me work on that. I'm not going to cover a whole video on pulling a cab off, because I've done that already. I did it on one just like this truck where I was changing a motor. Yes, you can pull a motor out without pulling the cab off. To me, it just makes my life that much easier. I'd rather go for easy than hard. But yeah, so that's about it. So let me work on that. Let me start getting this cab off, and then we're going to find out what we got. The other thing too is when this thing was dead, the battery was dead too. So for the last day, I was going to be here yesterday, Christmas Eve, but as many of you know, Meg and I live in an RV on private property. It's our own Class A motorhome, and we've had, as most of the country's had, unprecedented cold. Well, we woke up yesterday in the morning, we had no water because the pipes froze. Now, I cover the piping because, as you know, people that go camping use RVs, stuff like that. As you know, you have water hoses and stuff that feed the rig. The water hoses froze up, but not outside, actually in the wall where they connect. It was fine up to that point, and it froze going up inside the wall inside the RV because it's that cold here. It's not a cold weather RV. But then again, we're in southern North Carolina. We're right on the South Carolina border. So the kind of cold that we experienced in that short of a period of time, that was unprecedented. It's not normal for down here. So, and it stayed below freezing all day yesterday. Not normal. So, you know, we've never had this issue before. So, but yesterday I spent basically about 6 hours. I got everything defrosted, got everything working. Luckily, it didn't do any damage to any of the piping, because I was afraid of that, you know, possibly splitting a pipe behind the wall, and that would have been a bigger nightmare. But that's what it is. Got that straightened out. As I always say, if that's the worst thing that happens today, today's a good day. So anyway, let me get on with this. Let me see what I can do. And if I can run across anything out of the ordinary, I want to point out to you or whatever, then I'll make a video portion on that. But anyway, so that's going to be it for this video right now. Yeah, again, Merry Christmas, guys. So if you're getting anything out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.